First on this album we have You Belong to Me, a Doobie Brothers classic. I'm not sure she wrote that song or not, but Carly Simon, Boys in the Trees, came out in 1978. Next we have another singer who I'm actually love this singer. Joni Mitchell. Wild Things Run Fast. I love this whole record. Very jazzy, there's some rock elements to it, but classic Joni Mitchell, singer-songwriter. At one of her best, I think this is her first 80s album. Wild Things Run Fast. The records I like on here are Be Cool, Man in the Window, Ladies Man, Chinese Unchained Melody. Now let's move on to Wham! I'm Your Man. Love me some Wham! Love Wham! This is a single. Matter of fact, I'm gonna put that on. Hopefully I'll play low enough where I don't get taken off air, if you know what I mean. It'll just play in the background. Take it out of this casing. I'm Your Man. Actually, maybe if I play the acapella, it'll be safer because it comes, a lot of times the singles come with acapellas or what they call, you young people don't understand this term, but it's called a B-side. B-side. You have the A-side and you have the B-side. Alright, George Michael. Actually, I don't think that's it, but whatever, I'll just play it. Alright, since we're on the theme of George Michael, a George Michael classic here, Kissing a Fool, Kissing a Fool. Beautiful record, beautiful single. George Michael, Kissing a Fool. I'll play the instrumental version actually, because it comes with this very jazzy, very melodic. I think it's George Michael at one of his best in terms of singer-songwriter. I play this song. I dedicate that to all the lovers out there. George said, I guess you were kissing a fool. Love this record. They don't make songs like this anymore, ladies and gentlemen. Ed Sheeran could never. Nothing against Ed Sheeran, but this is music. Okay, speaking of a classic artist, I love Amy Winehouse. Gone Too Soon. Back to Black. As the time goes on, this album just reminds me of that time period in the mid-2000s. Really loved her music. And when she passed away, it wasn't that big of a surprise, but, you know, I miss her more and more every year because her music was just timeless. Moving on, we're still on our theme of female artists. This is probably one of my favorites. Let me put this down. Kate Bush. Some of the younger people might have known her as the singer from Running Up That Hill, from that Netflix show, whatever it's called. But this is one of her earlier classic albums, The Dreaming. She is a powerhouse in music. One of the first women to write, produce, This is the first one she did, The Dreaming. She is a British artist, probably one of the greatest of all time. Moving on, talking about greatest of all time, we have the one and only Sinatra. Collection of torch songs, sad songs. Only the Lonely, probably Sinatra's best album. All his Capitol Records albums were considered, classics, God tier, and nothing like Frank Sinatra. This has Only the Lonely, What's New, Goodbye, Blues in the Night, One for My Baby. Play this on an afternoon, pour you some scotch. Listen to that. Another one here. One of my favorites, David Byrne and St. Vincent. St. Vincent being the Annie Clark, and as you can see, this album is actually autographed by both David Byrne and Annie Clark. This album came out in 2012. It's one of my favorites. It's actually produced by a collection of horn sections, so it's very horn heavy. You got your tubas, you got your trombones, saxophones. Artistically, one of the best albums of last decade. Okay, moving on. Back again to Sinatra. Come fly with me. Come fly with me. Let's fly away. Songs about traveling. Autumn in New York, April in Paris, Road to Mandalay, Blue Hawaii, Isle of Capri. So if you're ever feeling the need to get out and travel, go on vacation, let's get away from it all. Another classic Sinatra Capitol Records album. Alright, let's see what else we got here. I love the artwork for this album. Carlos Santana, Black Magic Woman. 19, doesn't have the year, 1970 something, I'm sure, but beautiful artwork. Black Magic Woman, and it says Oye Como Va. Oye Como Va. Dun, 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 dun. All right. Let's see. Oh, okay, this next album, you have to be very, very careful, okay? You might end up, right, with a premature pregnancy, all right? Prince, One Night Alone. Prince, a piano, and a microphone, that's all he needed. That's all he needed. Next thing you know, you're buying Pampers, all right? This is one of my favorite albums by Prince. Kind of an unsung one. But man, he goes off on this album. I love it. And the nice thing about this album is the vinyl is purple, of course. Purple, look at that. Cool is that? Next we have an absolute goat of an album. You probably never heard of it, but I would highly suggest that you do play this album. It's by the band Tok Tok, and it's called Laughing Stock. It's by a British band. It came out in 1991. This is their final album, and it's made of improvisational material. This is one of the most beautiful albums ever made. That mark my word. This album is not just an album. It is an experience. And you can't play, it's only 6 songs. You can't play the songs individually. You have to play the whole album. don't know, you better ask somebody. Next, we have an album that I bought in Paris. Yes, I go all over the world for records. I cannot pronounce the artist, won't even try, but it is a French African band. I think they're from, I can't remember, Senegal or something like that, but it is, I guess you would call it Afro funk, Afro soul, a little bit of Afro beat, but it's a beautiful record. Beautiful record. Absolutely love it. Next we have Lady Day. Billie Holiday, Lady Sings the Blues. A compilation which includes God Bless the Child, My Man, Lover Man, Nobody's Business as a classic. Gotta love the voice of Billie Holiday. Next we have someone we lost recently, Olivia Newton-John. Let's get physical. I wanna get physical. Let's get into physical. Let me see your body rock. Your body talk. Let me see your body. Olivia Newton-John, a classic. That car agrees too. I just drove by with this loud engine. He agrees. Olivia Newton-John is one of the best. Alright, that's all the George Michael albums. I lied. More George Michael. This is Wham! Make It Big. And this has Wake Me Up Before You Go. Cause don't let me hang in here like a yo-yo. Wake me up. And it also has Time Will Never Mend. The Careless Whispers of a Good Friend. To the Heart and Mind. Ignorance is kind. There's no comfort in the truth. Pain is all you find. David Sylvian, Brilliant Trees. One of those unsung artists. One of those underrated artists. Came out in the 80s. British. And he's created some of the best work, one of the most timeless music ever. David Sylvian did work with a Japanese legend, Ryoki Sakamoto, who just passed. But he was part of the band called Japan. I don't know, you probably haven't heard of him, but I recommend this album. Another album by Talk. This is probably their most famous album, The Color of Spring. The Color of Spring. The one here is Happiness is Easy, Life is What You Make It. I Believe in You. I Don't Believe in You, that's the name of the song, but Talk, one of the best bands ever came out of the 80s. Alright. Let's go. Let's get our soul on. You ready for some soul? What you gonna do with my loving? What you gonna do? Stephanie Mills. Everybody knows Anita Baker. Everybody knows Sade. What about Stephanie Mills? Y'all better get this woman her flowers. One of the best voices that was ever out there, man. I love Stephanie Mills. Here's an album. It's very unknown. Not a lot of people have heard of this album, alright? This is a rare one. Okay. Michael Jackson. Thriller. Alright. Wanna be starting something. The Girl Is Mine. Thriller. Some song called Billie Jean. Human Nature. Pretty Young Thing. And A Lady in My Life. soundtrack. The movie, I've actually never seen the movie. But you have Chic, you have Debbie Harry, you have Teddy Pendergrass, Carly Simon, Sister Sledge. Heavy hitters on this album. Teddy Pendergrass and Carly Simon have the two best songs on here. Dream Girl and Why. La-di-da-di-da. La-di-da-di-da. Why does your love hurt so much? Another rare one, okay? This is from a band called Nautic. Bought this in the United Kingdom because this is where they are from. The EP, alright? You might find this on YouTube or something, but the album is called Nautic Navy Blue, and I can describe it as like chill soul, something like that. Just great music is what I would put the genre in. A lot of that around in 2023, but Nautic Navy Blue, love this album. Alright, let's go back. If you go to a jerk chicken restaurant, you might see this on the wall. It's a famous photograph, but it's disco Jamaica reggae. It's a compilation. This album is from, does it have a year? I'm not sure, but yeah, it's a compilation of like Jamaican reggae, some disco. I'm sure it came out in the 70s sometime, but yep. Next we have another album that I bought in Patty. A soul album. European soul. Nicole Willis. My Soul Sensation. It's a great soul album. Really cool. Came out in 2019. That was when I was in Paris. Really cool Soulful album. Bought it at a record shop, soul record shop. We have a couple more. We have Morris Day, From the Time, Color of Success. We have the Jacksons. This is Triumph. No, this is Victory. No good songs on this album. Literally, I did not like that album. Just, it proved that, I think Jermaine was on that album, but yeah, guys, Michael did them a favor on that album, but I don't know if you've seen this movie. It came out a couple years ago, Last Christmas, the original motion picture soundtrack featuring the music of George Michael and Wham. Gosh, this guy is obsessed with George Michael, but this is a great album. It has a lot of George Michael and Wham songs on it. It's music from the film Last Christmas, rom-com film that featured a lot of his music. Next up we have Wendy and Lisa from the Revolution, Princess Revolution. Right after the Revolution disbanded, so if you like that Prince Revolution sound, you like that Purple Rain sound, this is a good album, but it's a little more funkier, right? And they were a lot of that sound behind Prince's early success. I love that album. Another artist that I love, Suzanne Vega, one of the best singer-songwriters. Love me some Susie V. This is kind of a random album, Days of Open Hand, but when it comes to singer-songwriter, she's one of the best, one of my favorites. And moving on, Black Coffee loves a hand-me-down broom. Sarah Vaughan. After Hours with Sarah Vaughan. Jazz vocalist at its finest right here with Black Coffee. Whew. Love that song. Got an album by a Scottish band called The Blue Nile. And made a lot of great music in the 80s. He only came out with a few albums. This is their first album. Okay, this album is a classic album. Alright. Okay, now that's all the albums I have and more George Michael, I promise. I'm not that obsessive with George Michael, you know, I mean, you think I have all his albums or something like that? Of course I will. Listen without prejudice, George Michael. This has freedom. You gotta give for what you take. It also has Praying for Time. I think one of his best songs. And we also have a classic. We'll end with a classic. Well, I guess it would be nice if I could touch your body. I know not everybody's got a body like you. Faith, but I gotta have faith. We all should have a little bit of faith, okay? Alright, it also has I Want Your Sex, Father Figure, Kissing a Fool, which we listened to earlier. Okay, so I'm gonna be spinning these records all day. Alright, if you don't like George Michael, that's too bad. I'm playing a lot of George Michael, alright? So, go to the record shop, go to a local record shop, don't go to Target, alright? Get you some records, right? And don't just pick records that you've heard of before. Go and look at the album cover. Pick something you never heard before, right? If you like the album cover, pick it up, give it a listen, give it a try, alright? And then call me next week. Hit me on the request line, and I'll play some of your favorites, alright? Okay. Thanks for listening. This is DJ ChiGuy, and I'm out.